the next episode of
Evolv-U.
Round of applause. Welcome back. First of all, most important, does everybody have their mimosa? Cheers. We're excited to be here. Sip. Again, it's made with your mixed Moscato. Make sure you have that. That is important. That is the key ingredient.
Hello. Sure is.
So first things first, we're going to get into our color of the day.
Can you guess what it is? You know what it is? I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either.
I don't know what it is. What could it be?
I'm thinking maybe a little yellow.
That is a big insider. Only the
Absolutely.
real know.
Only the real know.
Only the real.
Only the real know. Only the circle knows.
Right. But anyways, as you can see, today's color of the day is yellow, and you'll see what yellow means to Google. But what does it mean?
Because Google is life. Google tells you everything. You Google, oh my gosh, Google, I'm sneezing, and then 2 seconds later, you
got cancer.
That's
basically.
But yellow has a bunch of different meanings, so check into this now and tell us what your mood of the day is. For me, yellow is clarity.
Yellow means to me is freshness. It's bright and it's just fresh. Like, I just feel fresh. I'm fresh and I'm clean.
That kind of leads to our hot TOT.
Yes.
Today's episode is no apologies. And what does that mean? That actually ties to forgiveness, because a lot of times you have to forgive and accept an apology that you may never ever receive. And that is a big, big part of forgiveness.
Let's talk about that, because it's a lot of things that I don't know. I'm not really a forgiving kind of person. So let's talk about this. Let's get into this.
Let's get into this tea.
Okay. Let's get into this.
But why aren't you a forgiving person?
I feel like that was years built up. Honestly, I feel like I was always forgiven, and then mother effers had me messed up. So I just
they play all day.
Right. It's just learned behavior. I learned to just say, put my walls up, F it, forgive who? Forgive what? For what? Bye. Just like that. But I don't know. I gotta stop that for real.
Yes, because what you have to remember is forgiveness is not about the other person. Forgiveness is about you. So the more you hold on to the grudge, and the more you hold on to the anger, and the more you hold on to what somebody did to you, that person is skipping on the block, on the yellow brick road like Dorothy,
and I'm
living their best life. Right.
She's trying to say I'm a bitter bitch.
I'm not trying to say that. No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not okay? Because listen, forgiveness is not easy. Let me tell you, okay? I've had to forgive a lot of people. Please hold, I get my list out. Just kidding. It is like a Bible scroll, no exaggeration. Like, right? But I had to learn that forgiveness is not about the other person. It's like you drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. Right? Absolutely. So you have to forgive people and accept an apology that you would never, ever forget. And that's why this episode is named No Apologies. Because a lot of times most people don't understand what they do, how they do it, why they do it, or how it impacted you.
So they don't apologize.
And they don't feel it's necessary to apologize. Like, oh well, it is what it is. And they skip down and do their own little thing.
And hot. You just burning. Like, if I ever see you, I'm gone.
It's on sight.
And they just no.
Right, exactly. So you always want to forgive. It may take a week, it may take 6 months, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but it's all about forgiving. And forgiving is letting go. Letting go of that pain, letting go of that disappointment, letting go of that hurt, letting go.
Let it go,
Let it
go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Turn away and slam the door.
It is not about the other person. It's not, oh, well, if I forgive them, that means that they weren't wrong. No. They were absolutely wrong.
Right.
But again, it's about you and your freedom and your peace and your pain and moving forward with life.
Big facts.
Absolutely.
But let me know if I'm the only one that does this, all right? Because I need to know. So I'm the kind of person, like, I will forgive somebody, right? But, like, I would say little slick shit. Like, I'll be making a joke out of it.
Throw jabs. Right.
But that's just how I'm coping with it. Like, I forget, especially if it's somebody that I've forgiven, right? Let me not even do this because I really forgave the person. I've forgiven the person, but I chose to still be around them.
Right.
But, so I'll just throw little jabs out there like, remember when you was this and this and that? Like, I would just say little stuff and they'd be like, oh, why you keep bringing up the past? Like, you ain't forgive me for the past. And I'm like, I did, but this is kind of how I cope, because when I start thinking about stuff and reflecting, because I'm around you know what I mean? So I'm like, it's hard to not think about it. It's hard.
That's
when you're around a person,
human.
it's hard, right?
That's
so
human.
That's just my way to cope, because if I don't do that, I just might jab you in your face. You know, like, and yes, and I'm just trying not to put my hands on nobody's kids, so I'm joking about it. So am I the only one that like be joking about shit? Because
no, that's just how you cope, right? But if you are making jabs and if you're making comments and if you're doing that, that means that you haven't let it go.
I haven't let it go.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if you're still holding on to it, that means that it's impossible to move forward, right? And don't get me wrong, forgiveness is the hardest thing in the world, because some people do the most grimy, disgusting, horrible things to you, right?
Wait, but have I not let it go even if like it doesn't make me mad anymore?
If you're bringing it up, then you haven't let it go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it might like not let it go to the point where you're angry, you can't be around the person, but there's still something in
some way,
right, that's triggering you. Absolutely. And that's why what I'm saying, it's not the easiest thing to truly forgive somebody, because at the end of the day, when somebody hurts you, when you are disappointed, when you're let down, when you're any of those things, it resonates somewhere in your soul, right? And that's why you have to forgive, because it's impacting you some way. Sometimes it might be physically, sometimes it might be emotionally, sometimes it might be mentally, right? And that's why it's key to let it go. And again, everybody's process is different. I'm not saying that I wake up and somebody punches me in my face today and 5 minutes later I'm like, oh, it's on my crowd. No, because the way I'm set up and the way my attitude is set up and the way my pettiness is set up, you already know.
But no. Let me blow her spot up real quick, because let's get to this hot TOT, okay? Because now, she be forgiving and stuff, but she be real empathetic with mother. It's like, some people don't deserve that.
I agree. Listen, she's absolutely right. That is one thing that I despise about myself, is that I'm very forgiving, and I always try to understand why people do the things that they do or why they did the thing that they did, because everybody's going through something, and a lot of times what's happening isn't what's happening. Meaning, yes, I blew up, and yes, I stabbed you in the back, but I have my own internal issue and my own internal thing that was going on, and that's why I acted that way. And that's why I'm a little bit more empathetic. And don't get me wrong, I really hate it about myself, not to be rude. It's a good thing but a bad thing, because at the same time it allows me to keep going through the same things and allowing people that I shouldn't have in my life back in my life, honestly.
Over and over again.
All right, you can't all of that.
No, but don't get me wrong, that is a good thing that you do that, because like on the flip side, I'm that person that's like, what? I don't care what you going through. Like, don't bring that negative over here. You know what I mean? But Chanel's like, well, maybe I definitely just called you, but whatever. But maybe, no, she doing this or he's doing this because of this. And I'm just like, no. But I mean, I guess it's a good and bad thing to that. Because at the end of the day, you still getting hurt. But I mean, I don't know.
I just understand that everybody goes through things. Everybody has a past. Everybody has experiences. Everybody has a childhood. But at the same time, you have to take ownership for your actions, and that's where I kind of draw the line. Like, okay, I heard you the first time, second time, all right. Sometimes you don't get first time you don't get a second chance. But if you're somebody that's really, really important to me, then I'll give you 3, 4, 5, 7, 2 million.
Well, that's why I say, okay, granted, she's an empathetic person, but she's like empathetic to like the people that don't deserve it at all, and it hurts me to see her hurt. So I just be like, no, I like what
You gotta catch him outside. How about that?
Period. That's it. But shit, shit. I guess we both learning. We both trying to evolve, and and that's what
growing.
this is about.
Absolutely.
This is about.
Absolutely. So who do you have to forgive?
Who? You talking about me? You talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long motherfucking list.
All right, so think of the biggest one person, one situation, the biggest disappointment, the biggest hurt, the biggest betrayal that a person ever did to you. Right? You don't gotta name names. We don't name drop here. We don't snitch. Okay? But
I got two people.
Okay.
I got two people.
So get to see.
All right, I'm gonna do two people. So the first person is my mother. She just did too much. Like, just did too much since I was young. Like, with parents, they, you have a mother and a father. They go through whatever they go through. And my mother was just the person that decided to. Well, let's get into this tea. So my parents broke up, right? And my dad got custody of me. And my mother, like, she just resented my dad so much that she would, like, take it out on me. And I ain't know why, and my dad had custody of me since I was 2. So being a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and you just hearing somebody speak negative, speak negative on you.
And you're blaming yourself.
You're blaming yourself. I'm like, yo, what am I doing? I ain't actually be born. You're wilding. But, so every time I would get sent to my mother's house, I'd be like crying, Daddy, come get me. And she hated that. So, whatever the reason was that she did whatever she did to me, just know she did some messed up shit, okay? And I still have not forgiven her for it. And that's just the real tea, to be honest. But we gonna forgive her by the end of this series. We gonna try.
We going to. You gonna let it go.
We gonna try because, you feel me? It's still ongoing. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ownership. There's none of that. So it's just like, I'm forgiving you for what? For you to just turn around and just do the same thing again.
And that's kind of a big part of forgiveness too, is you have to understand where people are and who they are and accept them for who they are. And when I say that, not accept them like, okay, I know you're going to stab me twice, so it's all right, you can be around me. No, being very clear on who they are and what part you want them to play in your life. Right. Exactly. So when people show me who they really are, I be like, oh, I see you and we see each other, right? And I won't have you in the same way. Like, I'll still communicate with you. I'll still, be cordial and be the big person, whatever it is. But at the same time, I'm not going to have you in my inner circle because you've shown me who you are. And again, everybody has a past. Everybody has their own issues. And your mother may have gone through some things. And
I know that, of course. I know that just by being around her.
But it doesn't make it okay.
At all.
Absolutely.
I ain't none of you.
Absolutely. Like, you looking like you talking to her now. Right? But at the same time, I will commend you because you have, like, you're flourishing and you're not allowing what you've gone through and what your mother has done to you or have treated you or whatever to determine who you are and what your future is going to look like. And a lot of times, and that's why forgiveness is important, is because a lot of times people hold on to those things and then they never learn, they never grow, they never get their lives to the next level because they're sitting holding on to their past experiences and what people did to them and how people treated them and what it is and what it isn't. And at the end of the day, you have to take ownership of what your life is going to look like. And forgiving people and letting go of those hurts and disappointments only gives room for you to get to where you want to be.
Okay, so I do. Okay, so let me take that back. Okay. I did forgive her, and I didn't forgive her for her. I forgave her for me, because I feel like if I didn't forgive her, I would be angry. I would not be.
Ooh, let me say something.
Where I am today, honestly, because it's so many situations where I could have lost my shit and off of the strength of what she's done to me and I chose to rise above it. So
absolutely, and I'm proud of you. Yay! This round of applause, Brat. Okay, a little bit of tea for me.
Who do you need to forgive? Because first of all, let's get to this tea. This is me, and this is how.
All right. So the one that I haven't forgiven, still a work in progress. It's been about 90 days. It was more professionally. I'm very driven. I'm very dedicated. I'm very everything. I'm all about getting life to the next level. And I'm all about bringing others to get to the next level too. But But some people aren't like that. Some people are the crab in the barrel mentality. Some people are the oh, I see you shining. No. Let me find a way to take your light. So I wouldn't say backstabbed or betrayed or whatever you want to call it. I would say I was disappointed and I was let down only because I'm a person, like I said, where I'm not like, oh, I'm shining and that's it. Nobody else can come on the ride with me. I'm all about I'm on the train. Who's coming with me, right? So it's just disappointing to have people tarnish your name, lie on your name, try to bring you down because of whatever their own insecurities or whatever their own issue is. And honestly, I've let it go in a sense that doesn't impact me now, but I haven't forgiven the pain and the hurt and the disappointment that I felt in going through that. But on the flip side, what I've forgiven is when a few years ago, a long time ago actually, I was in a very, 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 very psychotically, emotionally, mentally, physically abusive situation. To the point where I was like in fear for my life, honestly, keeping it real. And I made a conscious decision that I needed to forgive them because I didn't want to be bitter. I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to be sad every 5 seconds. I didn't want to feel threatened, and I wanted to take my power back. And that's what forgiveness is too, taking your power back. Oh, yeah, right? And letting go. Powerless. Absolutely, because you know, that's what the point is when you're in an abusive relationship or you're in an abusive situation, whatever it is. It's about them having control, them having power over you. And I decided that no, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to forgive this person for busting my face open, for breaking my stuff, for controlling my life, making my life a living nightmare, to be honest, because I wanted to take my life back. And again, I understood that it wasn't me, and a lot of times I felt like I deserved it, and a lot of times I felt that I wasn't worth any more than that. But then I took it back and said it's not a me thing, it's a them thing. And they had their own issues and they had their own insecurities and they had their own whatever it was, and that helped me to forgive all of those years of
I commend you for that, because that's like mental and emotional abuse, like that's way more, from in my opinion at least. I think that's, of course, physical abuse is crazy because you physically fucking me up, but like mentally and emotionally, that stuff that just sticks with you, like sticks with you. Like at a point in time, I remember me and Nell was having a conversation, I don't know if you remember, but we was in front of my house and steps. And you just brought up my mother, like, oh, what's going on? How's the situation? And instantly I was like, yeah. Like, and that's just that powerlessness of why somebody's just bringing up not even your name. You're just saying your mother, you know? And I'm just like instantly tearing. Like, I didn't want to be like that. I did not want to be like that. And I chose to, like I said, rise above that and just use that powerlessness and turn it into greatness and power. Yes. Try that now.
Absolutely. You'll learn today.
Try that now.
I learned no response is a response. Because what? I'm going to give you the business. What? You said what smart? Oh, I'm giving it right back to you 2 times. But again, that's them taking power over you. Right. So you having true power and you having true control and you showing that you really forgave. You don't give them a response. You laugh it off. You chuckle it off. All right. Okay. That's why you're still in the same space 6 months ago, 2 years ago, 11 years ago, 20 years ago. You ain't going nowhere fast, but I'm on the rise and I'm not stopping. So sorry, not sorry. You didn't win.
Don't respond to them. I'm top 1. Don't respond. I'm top 1.
Team no response. Hashtag team no response.
Team no response. But I'm team no leave you on red too. Like I read the whole and still don't respond.
Absolutely. I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole thing. I might skip to certain lines.
I probably won't even read it.
Girl,
I probably won't even.
I ain't got the energy, I ain't got the time, I got nothing more. I got nothing more for you. I just realized you said that you had 2 people or 2 situations and you did not elaborate on the second one. So we need that tea.
That is correct. So yeah, the second person is my boyfriend, who not my boyfriend, who is my boyfriend, I don't know.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
But yeah, that's what I have to forgive. I have to forgive him for a whole bunch of. Oh my god, do I even want to get into that? Cause the whole. But listen, just
It's a
know
whole
these,
episode?
just know this a whole episode. Okay, these niggas ain't sugar honey iced tea. Okay, basically is what it is, and when I was talking about forgiving, well, I think I forgave, and then I'm still joking about crap. That's the situation I'm talking about. Like, I would still, to this day, still do it. And he'd be like, you always bringing up the past and you say you forgave me. And I just be like, but I did. I think. Maybe.
I thought I did.
But, honestly, I'm going to be honest. That's something that I'm still working on, still forgiving. And because I chose to keep that person in my life. So that's something that I'm still working on. So that's that hot TOT, okay?
It's a work in progress. Forgiveness is a work in progress,
Definitely.
right?
Definitely.
So some people can forgive and be like, I forgive, and it's done. Some people have to physically do something. So like sometimes what I do on a full moon is I'll get like dissolvable paper or tissue paper, and I'll write down the person's name, what it is that they did, and you put it in water for it to dissolve. And that way it's like, okay, I'm physically doing something, so mentally I'm forgiving them as well. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can do
I'm gonna
things.
try that.
You should. Listen, one time I didn't have dissolving paper. I had tissue paper from Rite Aid. Girl, that tissue paper was so full. Yes, because once you start writing, everything just starts coming out. Like, it could be, oh, I forgive the lady that tripped me on a subway yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? It could be like the smallest little things that you are angry or upset about or triggered about, right? So you just want to forgive. And that's one way that you can kind of physically do something to kind of trigger your mind to forgive. And that's just to write it down and throw it away. You don't have to get this on paper. Maybe you just want to write it down on a piece of paper and burn it. Please be careful, and please don't tell FDNY that I told you that. Or you want to write it down and you just flush it down the toilet. Please do not put it in your toilet and put regular paper, then it gets clogged. Write it on tissue paper or something, like Lord, toilet paper. But those are just ways that you can forgive. Or some people pray. Whatever it is that you need to do. Everybody has different ways to forgive. And you want to say the person's name, what they did, and say, I am letting it go and I forgive. Because forgiveness is key to life. It is important for you to be able to move forward, for you to be able to have a flourishing and abundant life. It's key to your freedom. So forgiveness is key to life.
You know what's crazy? All the things that are key to life are so motherfucking hard to do. Like,
it is, and it's very annoying. It is very annoying to be the bigger person all the time. It's very annoying to
draining
and all the other good stuff. But it's all about your growth and you evolving you. Yes, girl, evolving you, and that's all it's about. It's never about everything that you are doing is for you. Period. It's never about the other person because you'll just drive yourself crazy. So remember to forgive a person today, forgive a person tomorrow, forgive a person 6 months from now, because it is important. And my quote of the day is forgive today for a better tomorrow.
And my quote, I gotta get it in my phone because I don't know how she remembered that.
That's fine. It's simple, cute, simple.
My quote is, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that prisoner was you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Because I had to discover that. Okay?
Yes.
That it wasn't
non-forgiveness is prisoner mindset.
Prison, basically.
Yes, it is.
Set yourself free.
Amen.
Forgive
and forget and let go. Don't forget. Don't forget. Keep it back here a little bit.
You can't forget.
No, you can't. So but it'll help you to discern a bunch of different things. So forgive, forget mostly, and keep it in mind just so you know what to do next time, or so that you don't make the same mistake or have to deal with the same situation over and over and over and over again. So make sure you stay tuned for our next episode coming up soon. Again, this is Maximum Evolution presents Evolv-U. You.
It's all about you. You ain't you.
And the robot. And the robot. And the robot. Hey.
Get it.
Right? It's all about you. Okay? And it's not about being selfish, it's about being selfless. Absolutely. And self-care. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to our lovely YouTube page.
And follow us on all our social medias. The links will be below. And, stay tuned in with us. Let us know what you want to see. And, yeah.
Exactly. Comment below with the next topics that you want to discuss. Comment on our Facebook page. Comment on our IG if you want to DM us. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, write them below. You can reach out to us directly. We have all of our handles, social media handles, that'll be shown in 2 seconds. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And all feedback is welcomed. And if you have negative feedback, we'll hear you. But so positivity all day. Thank you very much. We're working very hard. So awesome job, Brat.
I like it if you in the body and fucking it good when it's sauce. You say that she love me, I said that you can't.